This week on KCBY, we find out how to make your college application stand out.
We get a behind-the-scenes look into the first Black Box musical of the year.
And we learn about techniques athletes can use to try to prevent injuries.
Hi, and welcome to our 16th KCBY show for the 2025 to 2026 school year. I'm Sophia Vittorio.
And I'm Amy Jirkas.
KCBY starts now.
When it comes to college applications, students know they have to stand out beyond grades and test scores. It's about demonstrating leadership, service, and community engagement. That's why so many teens explore nonprofit ideas for college.
Here in Coppell, some students are starting their own nonprofit to stand out. 2 CHS students decided to pair their passion for cars with a way to give back.
Michaela brings us the story.
Drive-In Meets, a car show designed to raise money for charity. But what makes this car show different? It's run by students. Meet CHS senior Reddy Akula and CHS junior Arjun Nagakar, the founder of Drive-In Meets.
What Drive-In Meets is, it's a car organization out of the DFW area, and basically what we do is run organized events to bring together the 3 C's, which we focus on: cars, community, and charity. I started it by myself, I think in April of this year.
I just kind of integrated myself.
It just naturally flew in.
We spoke with car enthusiasts and supporters at the event about how the 2 high schoolers are making their mark on the car-loving community.
So I'm very impressed with you guys. High school doing this. It's kind of like being an entrepreneur at a young age.
I think nonprofits like this really showcase what us high schoolers are capable of and show colleges that we can offer a lot more.
I think it's great that high school students are running these kinds of things. We need the new generation of people to start getting into this now.
Similar to Drive-In Meets, more and more students across the nation have been turning to starting nonprofits and organizations of their own. We talked to CHS counselor Ann Sinelli about the noticeable patterns within the CHS nonprofit community.
I have seen an increase in students who are interested in starting nonprofits. I don't know if they ever come to fruition, but I definitely know that we have a lot of students who are interested in starting nonprofits. Nonprofits kind of have that sustainability where once you're gone from high school or whatever it may be, that nonprofit will still exist.
We're not just doing this for college, so we're going to make this a part of our lives. We're not just going to let it go once we both go to college.
For KCBY, I'm Michaela Arnold.
Would you live forever? That's the question the Cowboy Theater Company will be asking in its first Black Box performance, Tuck Everlasting.
Claire takes us behind the scenes to meet the tech crew and the actors who make this production happen.
Behind the curtains, the cast and crew are working around the clock to bring their latest production to life. We sat down with CHS head theater director Glenn Price to see how he transforms this timeless tale.
Tuck Everlasting is about a family that has stumbled upon the fountain of youth. They end up meeting a little girl named Winnie, and she goes on a journey with them and decides whether or not she also wants to become part of that world. When you're directing kids, you want to make sure that you are not directing actors, but you're directing human beings. Something that we've done this year specifically is introduce a student director and a student choreographer. Sabrina Verla is our student director who has helped me put this play together.
A lot of these actors are my friends and I care very deeply about them, which also means I'm going to hold them to that high standard because I want them to put on a show they can be proud of. I've definitely held leadership positions before, but this was the first time that I really got a say in what happens in the show. But throughout the show, I found that at the beginning I was very shy, kind of scared to share my ideas with Price and just really scared to take that move and that initiative. But it's just about taking those opportunities.
We went behind the scenes to talk to the actors and technicians as they transform weeks of practice into a finished performance.
As opening night gets closer, there's always a lot of nerves, but it's also a lot of excitement, especially since it's my last musical with CHS. So it being a black box musical, it's a different kind of setting, it's a lot more immersive, and so we really need to make sure that all of the details are ready.
It's something we've never put on before, and I'm really excited for them to see it.
Honestly, one thing that I couldn't do without the people around me is just have the confidence that I need to pull off the character. We've gone so close, they're almost like family to me because we spent so much time together, and yeah, couldn't ask for a better cast.
For KCBY, I'm Claire Nevels.
If you haven't heard yet, course registration opened last week. So if you are looking for a place to belong and learn skills that apply to any career, look no further than KCBY.
Soon, you too could find yourself sitting in this very seat or filming our Coppell Cowboys on the sidelines at Buddy Eccles Field, interviewing the superintendent, or producing funny skits to brighten the day.
Y si hablas español, we also have a show in Spanish, where you can explore a host of stories with a cultural focus.
To sign up for KCBY, go to Electives and Hack and look for Audio Video Production 1, listed under the Career and Technical classes. We can't wait for you to join our KCBY family.
Now to the sidekick for the latest from Coppell Student Media.
Thanks, Emmy. This week on Coppell Student Media, learn more about the district's realignment policies for elementary schools in Sangika Palela's story, read Giagiani's recap on the Coppell Quad Wrestling Tournament, and get to know Finora, a financial literacy app made by students in Arnav Yarlagada's story. Now, back to the studio.
Thanks, Yug. Now to Preeti with the Buzz.
Singer Harry Styles has sparked speculation online after releasing a series of promotional images on social media earlier this week. The images were posted without any explanation, leading fans to believe they may be connected to an upcoming project or even a potential tour. Fans quickly shared reactions online. On Tuesday, Styles announced his new single, Aperture, that was released last night. Disney has officially announced the lead cast for its live-action adaptation of Tangled. Actress Tegan Croft will play Rapunzel, while Milo Manheim has been cast as Flynn Rider. The announcement has generated discussions online with fans sharing mixed reactions. Many have expressed caution, noting the difficulty of recreating the film's original appeal. Disney has not yet announced a release date. After a 4-year break, HBO's hit drama Euphoria is officially returning for its 3rd season on April 12, 2026. Production for the 8-episode season concluded in November 2025, setting the stage for a spring premiere. It also includes fan-favorite actors such as Zendaya, Jacob Elordi, and Sydney Sweeney, all set to return to their iconic roles. That's all for this week. Now back to the studio.
Thank you, Preeti. Now to sports for all things Coppell Athletics.
Hi, I'm Jay Jari, and this is CSPN. Club sports are a major part of many young athletes' lives. But what makes them more intense than school teams is that they're often year-round. Parents are shelling out thousands of dollars each year, which prompts the question, are club sports worth the price? Evan brings us the story.
Club sports have become a significant part in the development of young athletes, and according to USA Today, the cost to play at the club level can be in the thousands annually. Former CHS girls soccer coach and youth soccer coach Chris Stricker believes the club level provides great development opportunities.
I think club soccer has a huge benefit to a lot of kids because it teaches them high-level skills when they're younger, and I think that being in a more competitive environment really challenges them to be able to perform at a higher level. And then obviously team camaraderie, there's something to be said about athletics builds character. So, if you're on a team and you're striving towards goals, that's the same in the business world. When you get older, you're going to be a better person on your team in business.
The price for these AAU and club teams may be steep, but athletes Jack Taylor and Harrison Tershawn think it's worth it for them.
I do think the costs are worth it. You get to meet new people, go places, and then help get recruited.
I think for me, it's been really worth it because my family's in a good financial position to afford it, but I think it's tough on some other players that aren't, and it lets a good opportunity for them to go away.
Both athletes believe that the coaching and style of play is different at the club level than from school ball.
I think it's helped me develop a lot just by creating personal relationships, people outside of school. Coaching I think is a lot more demanding at the club level and helped me, push towards college success.
Club ball is definitely people focus on them scoring points or not winning as a team, where school ball, it's all about winning, getting wins, not focusing on yourself.
For KCBY, I'm Evan Meekins.
The Cowgirls basketball team went up against the Hebron Hawks for their 8th district game of the season on Tuesday. Mihir gives us the inside look.
What's up, Cowgirl fans? Tonight, your Coppell Cowgirls went up against the Hebron Hawks tonight for their 8th district game of the season. And I'm here to give you a quick recap from tonight's game. The first quarter was a quick blitz of points from both teams left and right, with the Cowgirls putting up a strong lead of 10-6, with a great performance coming in from D1 Arkansas commit Adriana Reinen with multiple free throws from the line and on the outside. The second quarter wasn't any less exciting, with the Cowgirls keeping their strong lead with the help of sophomore guard Amber Coffey sinking multiple threes throughout the quarter and putting the Cowgirls up at double Hebron's points. putting the score at 28-14 at the end of the first half. The third quarter saw a major jump in the score for the Cowgirls, with their impenetrable defense only letting in 2 points coming from Hebron, an amazing amount of points for the Cowgirls, keeping the score at 34-16 at the end of the third quarter. During the final stretch of the game, the Cowgirls were able to maintain their lead and secure their win for the night with a final score of 37-26. As of today, the Cowgirls stand at a 21-9 record, keeping them at second place for the district. For KCBY, I'm Mihir Gupta.
Last weekend, Seattle Seahawks running back Zach Charbonnet tore his ACL and now faces surgery, taking him out for the rest of the season. Damage like this can affect athletes' future seasons and potential careers depending on the severity. Liana tells us how athletes can attempt to prevent injuries like this from happening.
On average, over 2 million high school athletes suffer a sports-related injury each year, hindering their performance and affecting their daily lives. We sat down with chiropractor Christina Jefferson to find out how a bad foundation affects an athlete's chance at preventing an injury.
We start with the foundation, and foundation is going to be your spine, your joints. And so when it comes to that, inflammation can happen when we are not moving properly or we have those misalignments.
Lamarian Bantanu, a CHS sports medicine captain, helps describe the importance of having a thorough warm-up routine.
A proper warm-up routine really targets the muscles you're about to use. So a lot of people think that a proper warm-up routine is just warm everything up because you might use it, but that's not necessarily the case. It's more useful to warm up what you're actually going to use.
Sutton Rasmussen, a lacrosse player at CHS, shares her injury story.
So I play lacrosse and I tore my left tendon in my left ankle.
Some of the most common injuries that we treat in high school athletes is going to be ACL issues, a lot of times meniscus or knee injuries. It's going to be in ankles as well.
I would say for just any athlete, just know your body and know when you need to rest. And for an athlete who's already injured, just take it day by day and do what you're told. Do your physical therapy stretches because it's going to help you in the long run.
For KCBY, I'm Leona Paradise.
That's all for CSPN. Now back to the studio.
Thanks, Jay. And now we honor our Teacher of the Week.
This week, we present Mrs. Danny Roseberry with our Teacher of the Week, a dedicated teacher whose passion and knowledge for her craft is imparted to her students. An expert in economics, Mrs. Roseberry has also been a great help to KCBY. We are thankful for the perspectives you add to our stories.
That's all for KCBY this week.
We'll see you next week, CHS. Thanks for tuning in.
All is here, hear the yell, back to school, ring the bell. I can tell that we are gonna be friends.